Welcome, jewelers. Welcome all. Welcome to another episode here of the Jewelers Live. I'm Mega. We got Dags here again, as always. Dags, how the hell are you?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. Waited till, 7:30, 8 o'clock to actually work out. So, in the interest of keeping sweat out of my eyes, I've got a headband on. Watch out, world.
I love it. And you got the DFK attire on today.
Oh,
it's only
yeah.
right. It's only right.
Yeah. From, what is it? It's Lila's Loft. It's like an unofficial, I don't know. She's got stuff. I could pop it in the chat. I did have to pay with credit card though. So she's got my first and last name now, but there it is. If you want to get a shirt like this.
Just like that.
You can't pay with Jewel.
Get your info, bro.
I mean, it's probably better to buy from the official merch store. But did I post it in the wrong one? Here we go. I didn't put it on the YouTube one. There we go. That's where I got my shirt from.
Yeah, I'm not hip. That's pretty sweet, dude. Honestly, I didn't know about any merch other than the official DFK store, so I'll have to check that out. But we got a good episode here today for you guys. We got some less stuff than last week for sure, with the combat update and everything. But got another partnership on the menu already for DFK. We'll talk that. We'll also talk holiday partnership again. Next intern had a great interview with a member there. Give us a little bit more alpha, a little bit more information about that. We got a little debate going on Twitter, on X.
Yep.
So we can check that out. We'll go through that, see where you guys lie on that. Kind of early comment on that, but there's so many ways to play this game. We always talk about it. I don't think any way is right, but there's always a right way for you. So that's something to keep in mind. There's no wrong way to really play the game. It's really just depending on how you're going about it. So We'll talk some PvP, PvE rewards, and we'll go through some summons potentially while we do some jewelers questions. But to kick it off, we'll talk here about the newest partnership that I mentioned, the Swipe Lux partnership with DFK. This is the wrong tweet actually, but that's Swipe Lux themselves. But partnership there with DFK, and basically what they do is they allow us to go straight fiat into the crypto realm here. So,
Yep.
thoughts there, Dags? What do you think about this partnership?
Well, yeah. So we kind of had that with Ramp, right? And I think I was messing around on I don't remember if you were on the stream or not, but I was just looking for Ramp, and I couldn't find it. And so I was like, how do I add money to this game besides going through like Coinbase or a centralized exchange or something? So this should be nice, just straight from your credit card, bank account, whatever, into native token. Hopefully native token.
Mm-hmm.
If not, Avalanche is popular enough that I would expect to see them on there. And hopefully it doesn't have some of the geo lock, right? Like when I was in Texas, I couldn't go from my bank account into purchase crypto. Working with Chase, Chase really blocked me out because it's a direct competition. Oh, Stonecarver coming to Starendale tomorrow, Sir Murr. I just buy mine, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, if he's there, I'll use him because I got the resources, so might as well. But honestly, most of the time I'm buying them. But
I'm not liquidating any of my quest rewards anyway. I might as well make some stones.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, simple update here though. Nothing really too much. I don't think this one per se is going to need another, interview. I think it's pretty basic.
iOS code saying he thinks it's going to be Crystal to Jade directly.
Okay.
Which would be cool.
It'd be pretty cool. I don't see a problem there. I wonder if there's a reason why they can't do it as Jewel, or if that's just how they're choosing to do it. But I'd be completely fine with that. So, yeah, for sure.
Murr's bringing up a good point here. Might be your last chance to make some stones before the bazaar goes live.
Good point. Yeah. I mean, we're hoping for that update here soon as well. Not going to probably get into too much bazaar, but that's definitely in the works as well. So definitely be on the lookout. That's a good point. If you want to craft a few stones rather than just purchase them, the value might go up there if you're playing that short term game. But not financial advice as always. But yeah. So I mean, it's a pretty cool partnership. Like you said, though, the state restrictions is something that I don't really think about. A few of the games that I've played in the past, crypto enabled, had some restrictions. Actually, for a while, I was good on the one. I can't even remember the name of it, but I could onload, offload straight from fiat to fiat. And shortly, I'd probably say 6 months after it was working, eventually it stopped working for me in my state of Ohio. So don't know what that news was about, but hopefully there's not as many state restrictions here. You always got country restrictions as well. So hopefully not as many. Hopefully this is a pretty widespread partnership here. But still speaking of partnerships, we'll jump into the holiday news here as well. And I know Sticks Intern had a really, really great watch. And I believe he's got it on his channel. He's got it on his Twitter if you want to go check that out with one of the guys from Holiday. So, some alpha in there as well.
Right.
Did you catch anything in there, Dags, that you wanted to kind of?
Oh, I have a whole list on my phone here.
Oh, yeah.
I watched the whole thing twice because that's our first exposure to some of the staff there for a non-team member, right? So, and I heard this nickname today, the Stintern.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna keep using that.
Intern.
So the Stintern got in there, got to ask his questions. I was late to the live recording, but I've seen it a few times since. One of the things I don't think I know enough about any of this to kind of speak on, but they said they would sponsor gas for new users. So does that mean they're just gonna have a hold of some Jewel and when they make their account or their wallet, are they just going to be given 1 joule to kind of get through your first like 10 transactions, or
Right.
I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, I could go through this whole list, but that's kind of the weird. That's one of the things that's like, I don't know jack shit about cryptocurrency. I just want to play video games. So it was like, I think you used to be able to do that with Harmony, right? You would go to a certain part on the Harmony website, and they would give you like 10-1 to get started,
Yeah, the
something
faucet.
like
I
that.
think they
Yeah,
call them like faucets on certain chains, and
yeah,
I'm no chain expert either. That's when we had Squanch. He was really in the know on a lot of the intricacies
yeah,
of blockchain and stuff like that. So we're missing that knowledge, but
yeah,
I think we're both gamers at heart, and I really agree. I think it's just something like you said, kind of like when you hopped on Clayton. Do you remember when you hopped on Clayton? You got a free
yeah,
clay to use.
yeah.
Can kind of go that route, I guess. Knock out a few free quests basically, and kind of get you
Mhm.
started so you can avoid some of those hoops
Yeah,
to get started. So I
yeah.
like
I mean, that's what I got out of it.
it.
And then kind of moving on. So that you'll have programmable accounts, you'll have session keys, so you can create time bound sessions with restrictions. So everything's going to be approved for a normal gaming session, and it kind of goes with that hide the chain, right? Uh, I guess making it feel like a Web 2 experience, but being on a blockchain. I'm assuming you're either going to have an upfront transaction and a back end transaction. Probably, if I had to guess, from what it sounds like, just a back end transaction to kind of cover everything you did.
Hmm.
But one of the things that sticks into it was like, okay, maybe this will be their solve for the problem where people accidentally sell their Gen Zeros, right? If you have a session instead of approving live MetaMask transactions, maybe this will prevent you from accidentally getting rid of that Gen Zero. But
Hmm.
I'm assuming you'll become just as complacent as you are. You know, personally, I hate selling Knights because they're all from my Gen Zero. They all look like my Gen Zero, and I think it's almost 3 times I've almost sold my Gen Zero for like
Well,
300
I couldn't
crystal.
imagine that
I don't
pain.
even, yeah, like, and then you rent them too, and I've stopped renting ever since I got the pair.
Yeah.
So
One thing I do remember, though, I think around that time on the subject you're speaking of, he asked, Sticks intern asked, um, and forgive me, I'm not remembering the name of the guy who came on to represent Holiday,
mm,
but he asked if you could specify between certain, like you're saying, Gen Zeros and kind of void them from transactions or void them from being used or whatever in certain ways, like for example, to sell if you were doing something like that. So, and I believe he said like that's definitely capable. We're definitely able to do things like that, and kind of as we go on, get more intricate with those type of things. So,
yeah, and one thing that also, moving on from there, they said it's not going to be any less secure than your traditional non-custodial wallet.
mhm.
So they even said maybe it would be more. It could possibly be more secure, because they said that if you're doing this on your phone, you might be able to, what was it, use, I think they called it an enclave, where just that where it's like a special hardware where your secret key can't leave like an isolated part of your device.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that
if
was
you don't have
interesting
a
hearing
key
about that.
wallet keylogger that can extract it. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I got this, which I'm not going to be able to run any transactions today, because this is, I remember I said sometimes my treasure will just crash, and I'll have to close down my entire browser and reopen it. Well, that happened. So I can't run any transactions until I want to close my web browser and refresh the whole damn thing. It usually means either Chrome needs an update, or the Treasure
No
Suite needs
worries,
an
no worries at
update,
all.
but
We'll have to do
I'm not
without a
summoning
few bags
today.
on
I'm not
hand.
running transactions. I'm not doing combat testing grounds. So it's all you today, bud.
It's all
What do
good,
you think
bro.
about
It's all
the,
good. We
the
will.
security stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good stuff overall. Um, anything as far as security goes, I think that's always a good way to go. Safety and everything, of course. Um, I really liked the way he broke down everything into a way, because from the base level, when you first heard the partnership, without this interview, I don't think we were really fully grasping everything that it was capable of and what this partnership holds for DFK. So I was really glad that Sticks intern got out in front and put this together for us and kind of just showcase some more things. So I'm super stoked. Any
Yeah.
partnership is usually a good partnership. So um,
Yeah, I
I'm
thought they were just giving us a login screen where we
right.
didn't have to use our MetaMask.
Yeah, at the forefront, it didn't seem like much. I mean, nothing negative either, but it just didn't seem like much. But I really think that that breakdown kind of helped us
Mhm.
understand a little more on what is to come. So, yeah, good stuff there for sure. All right. So
Just
then,
bringing the masses to Web3.
for
That's the goal.
sure, that's the goal. I mean, that's the end goal there.
Maximize capacity.
A lot of people just don't understand yet, or are not, and not even a lack of knowledge, just haven't delved into it yet.
Yeah.
It takes a leap of faith to kind of jump into things like this. I also think, off topic, we mentioned it once or twice, but I think GTA. I think if that has what I mean, it's all speculative, but if that has any semblance of actual GameFi to the extent of what we've been doing, and
Yes.
kind of onboard people that way and show them how simple it is to kind of, have assets that you're actually keeping and can sell and stuff like that. I think that's going to be a huge turn. And who knows when that will even come, but we might go through another cycle by then. So,
Yeah,
uh,
Rockstar wants to do it, and so does Epic. Epic
yeah,
does Fortnite, right?
yeah. I mean, they do a bunch of stuff, but Fortnite is one of their big ones.
Yeah, DFK has to be ready by the
Hmm.
time that happens because people are going to be looking for other things.
Oh, for sure. For sure. All right, and I think that just about covers that partnership. Let's get into some beef, man. Let's talk a little strategy kinda. Let's talk a little gameplay in a sense. Gameplay at the moment. There's different ways to play this game. We always talk about it. Sound like a
Yep.
broken record. But man, you know, and not even really bad beef either. It's just two dudes talking DFK, man, and some people play the game different ways. So
Hmm.
um, to put the question out at the front here, are you holding or are you liquidating your resources as they come in with your farmers, with your worker bees? What are you doing right now, Dex?
Yeah, so I have slowed down on purchasing heroes because I'm still trying to get that legendary double giant slaying ninja. And so uh, I don't have an account where, what do I think I have? Maybe like 260 heroes, if that. So if I liquidate everything, it takes me probably a better part of a month to build that back up. And some of these guys with 1,000 heroes or more, that's like a day's work. Yeah. So I'm one of those accounts where I'm just kind of holding things, and I'm gonna see how the bazaar plays out. So, and I
Mhm.
know, yeah. So I know, and you might call me stupid because the price of these assets keeps going down, down, down. So every time you sell, you're selling at a local maximum. It ain't gonna go higher than that, right? Unless
Mhm.
it's something like if there's like a crystal fad going on where crystal was skyrocketing, or gold. What was it? Gold went up by did gold like 8x one week, and then So I don't, I just don't play that. I don't think it's worth the time to try and build back up my resources because
Mhm.
I just don't have that many heroes. So I'm definitely a hold kind of person. I'll sell heroes, but I'm not selling my resources.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the
What
same
do
boat
you?
with you there, Dags. Resources, unless you do have that army, they're timely to come by, and yeah, of course you could hop in and buy a bunch, but if I have the heroes and they're going to quest regardless, I don't know. To me, selling versus where my kind of mind goes, I guess, is selling now at a point where I think some of these items don't even have uses yet. I mean, a lot of them do. A lot of them are small uses also, potions, things that aren't done very often. And yeah, the stone carver's there, but he's not there every day. So um, I think the idea there is to kind of add value to the stone carver. But regardless, a lot of these things don't have a lot of use cases. This game and this economy is going to expand exponentially, and there's so many things that we just that they're talking about. They know are coming. The team themselves, they know are coming. they're working on in the back that we just don't know about, or maybe they've teased, or maybe we've talked about once or twice, but we don't know the full extent. And I think for someone like me, um, again, it takes a little bit, so I'd rather hold on to them, and when the time comes, and again, I don't think either of these tactics are wrong, but there were some smart, there were some very thoughtful tactics both ways. And for example, one where if you know something's coming, and for example, a resource will be needed, like tiers is used in almost everything. It's not a bad idea to offload something like tiers right before, say, yellow pets come out, because they're going to be needed. That need for it, the want, it's going to be higher. So of course, volume is going to be higher, and you'll probably be able to knock it off for a higher price, liquidate it real quick.
So strategic liquidation.
It's all strategic at the end of the day. And if you're someone who's not paying attention to the prices each and every day, then don't be bogged down in saying, and when you hear people say like, oh, you got to sell your rewards, you're playing the game wrong. There's no way to play the game wrong. Everyone is playing a different way. If you're playing strictly to make money and you don't care about the game necessarily, or you only care about, the finance of it, and you're just trying to win in that realm, yeah, you're going to play the game completely different than someone who is trying to build a squad, trying to play, if you're putting a little money in and not worrying about if you're making it 2 times, 3 times each week or anything like that. You're not as stressed to go that route. Then those two people are playing strategizing 2 completely different ways. So,
well,
it's just
a conversation we've had from the beginning, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember one of our shows, it was like you, me, Squanchy, Agentic, and we were talking about like what was our strategy going to be, and like Agentic was like, "Oh, I'm going all LPs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Going in the liquidity pools," and Squanchy was like, "Well, I think gold is going to be huge, so I'm going to buy a bunch of gold," And I was just like, "Heroes and Jewel, Heroes and Jewel, Heroes and Jewel." Like that's all I'm buying.
Yeah.
And because I don't look how many dollars a jewel I have.
Yeah.
This is a game. This is a game to me.
See, every time I want to kind of put my mind back in the investing part, because there is a lot of money to be made in this game. I do think still. I think we're in a bear market, and that's kind of what I was getting at. Is like, if we're in a bear market and all these resources, I don't know when we're gonna when things are gonna change completely for the bullish market and kind of turn the tides into a bullish market. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know what week, what day, what month, So for me, it's easier to hold and then, reap the rewards when that comes, because I think that part is inevitable. The bear market, bull market cycles are inevitable. It seems in crypto, not financial advice again. But these things seem pretty cyclical, pretty typical as well. So, for me, every time I think I want to put my mind in the investing realm, I say, just hold on to Jewel. And, I do have the power ups and stuff like that, and that's locked up. So I guess that's better. But every time I do that, Dags, bro, I run through my Jewel in a week. I'm summoning. I have it there. I turn it into crystal. It's gone, So it's hard to do that unless you're really locking it up or putting it in an LP and actually forgetting about it. If you're leaving it in Jewel and it's not locked up, then chances are I'm a gamer, bro. I'm going to spend it. I have to. Yeah. I'm trying to get some mythics, bro. Yeah. And that's what happens for me personally. But again, everyone's their own player and own investor in some cases. So you play the game how you want to play. That's kind of my final thought on that.
Yeah. Well, and then Amir kind of chimed in on the chat. Don't see a lot of change coming for the materials, right? How are they going to make these materials worth more, right? Unless just like that's why I'm glad I'm not part of this team, because how do you make the cost of materials go up without changing supply?
Right. Yeah, no, I'm just making terms on the fly, bro. You know me, Skiller. You know me. The bullish market. There's no more bull market, bro. It's the bullish market. DFK's turned us into some bullish beings. So the bullish market. You heard it here first. But no, I'm with you, bro. I don't know. I think there's a lot of good strategies that you could entail in this game. And I think that's the beauty of it too. And we're only again on this small scope of an economy. And there's a lot to go into it. There's summoning, there's dark summoning, a lot of hero NFT elements. But the resource NFTs are what is yet to really play a role, you know, and I think that'll be huge when it does. So, yeah, exactly, man. Sir Mer, having a hard time not spending jewels just sitting in your wallet. Exactly what we need. Yeah, it's hard, bro. If you're a degenerate and you want some of these summons, bro, you're gonna spend it. You're gonna spend it. That's why you gotta lock it up. If you're buying the jewels specifically to invest, again, not financial advice, but you should lock it up so you don't touch it. You got any final thoughts on this hold versus liquidate topic here, Dags?
I'm just gonna keep holding. I'm excited to see what the Bazaar does for the economy in this game, and then once your average gamer has access with the social logins, I think just get more people in here. It just the game they just keep developing. There's more every day, and I think I'm just really excited to reach critical mass on this game.
For sure.
I mean, that's going to make gas go up too, right? So I guess I'll complain then about how expensive everything is. But hopefully, I've got a stockpile by then.
Always goes that way, bro. Yeah, Zabu it's a lifestyle, bro. It's a lifestyle, and we're just stuck in it. But yeah, man, lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. I was about to go somewhere with that.
We got to get Jewel on Granary so we can loan it out to people.
Yeah, there you go. That reminds me of people selling Lock Jewel. A little throwback there.
No, these are Jewel loans, like a bank.
Yeah. I'm not really familiar with Granary. I mean, I've heard of it, but that would
put your euros up as collateral or something. If you don't pay up, pay back. A smart contract sends it to the person you borrowed from.
Oh man, that'd be nuts, bro. Yeah, so that's something to look forward to. Bazaar is something to look forward to, of course, as well. I saw a comment there from Mellow Green Giant as well. Been delayed a lot, but yeah, usually, I mean, these delays every time, and usually the delays aren't even that bad, but every time they do take a little bit more time refining these things, they come out and they shock us. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to see what's to come there. But another small thing, there wasn't much of the AMA here, but to transition here into another topic that they did mention, PvP, PvE rewards, something about mining that you mentioned there, Dag. What's that all about?
Well, I mean, Lock Jewels eventually not Lock Jewel, Lock Crystal, Lock Jade. I mean, that's all going to be tapped at some point, right? There's going to be just 100% unlock. And is it just going to be all gold mining? And they did say that they were, once crafting gets a little closer, they were toying with the idea of being able to mine for ore. So that would be used in the crafting professions. So it's, maybe we're sleeping on miners right now. Because it's like, how often do you hear like, okay, what's the magic number for miners? 36? And that's how you keep a full cycle or something like that. You don't need more. Or is it 60? Is 60 the magic number?
I don't know the magic number, but I know what you're saying.
And it's like, maybe we're sleeping on this because maybe now is what's the floor for miners? Is that what you're checking right now?
Yeah, Gardner's still at 31. Damn, dude, it goes
miners
straight up.
Still high.
47.
What are the fishers and foragers?
Yeah, let's check the fishers. Usually fishers and foragers. Wow, fishers foragers came down to 40.
Miners are higher. Maybe people went out and bought a bunch of miners when
that must have been, because this wasn't like this a week or two ago. I know that for a fact, because I was wondering, or kind of just viewing how the fishing and foraging heroes were a little higher, not much, but 15, 20 jewel higher floor. And now the miners are about 7-ish jewel higher. So
somebody must have swept.
Came in, bought them all up, bro. Off that news.
It was.
I mean, it could have been one of these investor strategists, bro.
Yeah.
They're just buying everything.
We're idiots for
sleeping. They know the market, bro. They know what's coming in, what's coming out, bro.
It's like I was watching Bogside, and Franz was talking about like a hero that he was going to buy, and someone sniped it on stream.
Yeah, dude, you got to watch out, bro. These are your friends, but, man, some of them, they're trying to see your downfall at the same time. They want those. If you're hyping up a hero, bro, you better hope you got a delay on, because someone's coming to snipe it.
Never tell your auto buy strategies in Discord or on stream, because someone will just put like 1 jewel higher than what you're buying at, or
Yeah.
one crystal, one crystal.
Yeah, no,
Well,
dude.
there it is. The minor floor was swept.
Just like that. I mean, just based off. I mean, it is from the team themselves, so it is relevant news, but pretty crazy just to see people will speculate on anything like that. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Savage G gens for sure, dude. But no, I mean the mining thing overall. To get back to that a little bit, we saw a screenshot as well, and I don't know if this came out because of that AMA news after it. I don't know the timetable, but a screenshot of the old mining. It was a DFK, ad or banner or just graphic that showcased a few things about DefiKingdoms, and it showed mining rewards, ores on a little screen.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Didn't I put that up?
It was on Twitter flying around, on X flying
Yeah.
around for a little bit, and that stuff's inevitable to come. So maybe, and again, I can't act like I was all over, Lock Jewel and everything about it. So maybe just mining was a temporary thing, so they could kind of ease down the locked and unlocked type of thing. And again,
Yeah.
I'm not acting like I'm a master of the finances and what they were doing there, but maybe they feel like they're at a okay position with where all that stuff is and the balancing of it, and it's time to go with some rewards, get some ores. You're gonna want some gold, especially for like blacksmithing and all those jobs. And also, while we're talking about speculation jobs, I believe it was Workhorse or someone. I want to say it was Workhorse. He tweeted out a little table, little medieval style table with some food on it, so you could be seeing the chef right here. I don't know if this is the one or the other one in the docks, but we might have some crafting related to
Yeah.
cooking here soon. Some other stuff. I don't know. But
I
it was
didn't get to see
very,
those workhorse tweets yet.
yeah, it was a very peculiar picture, and people in the comments were talking about chefs and stuff like that. That's the only reason I said it, to be honest. But I wasn't. My head didn't go there straight off the bat. But it's something to think about. There's so much stuff we don't know, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I posted it in a private chat there. The Twitter link.
Is that it? There we go.
Is that the one you were thinking about?
Yeah, this is it. This is old.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh boy.
Yeah, I went back to like November of 21 to get that picture.
Yeah, you tweeted it, dude. Okay, my bad. Oh my god, I'm saying it's flying around. You're the one who tweeted it. Oh my god.
I think you and I are like we have a delay on speaking, because I think I've cut you off like 5 times today.
Yeah, earlier I was really running over you, I think, and it was bad, and I felt awful.
Oh well.
And I realized I think we were just on a lag. We were talking Ethernet before, bro. I'm in another room with shoddy Wi-Fi too, so I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and run a little Ethernet through my crawl space or something, bro. It's like that now. It's I don't know if for because right now for viewers, my screen looks good, like my camera, but I know there's some times where it seems like it's lagging, like, and I'm choppy and stuff, and I hate that, bro. I hate that. I hate when I look over and see that. So we'll have to get our stuff fixed out sometime. Yeah. This is really interesting. Like these ones too. These ones look refined. Okay, refined through crafting. And obviously that's coming, woodworking, blacksmithing, all that good stuff, goldsmithing even. And then these again, I don't know if this is I mean, it's not crystal, I would doubt.
Those are probably the level up crystals.
Okay, yeah, maybe. And then this, of course, is guarding stuff. And then
look at that. Look inside that yellow egg, the gold egg there.
That's the hero one, bro.
It's the hero. Yeah, they had a red. They used to have like a red one.
I remember speculating.
And I think that was supposed to be dark summoning, the dark summoning crystal.
Huh. Okay. It's not no Gen Zeros. They're not gonna bless the community and give the ones who stuck around and give us a few Gen Zeros. Speaking of which, what's the Gen Zero news here? What's the value news here that Gen Zero holders can look forward to, or not look forward to, I guess?
Well, no, there was someone brought up how do you add more value to the Gen Zeros or something like that? They're gonna have exclusive events for Gen Zeros, and Fox jumped in and he's like, "What do you mean? What the hell are you looking for? Because you already have infinite summons."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And you know what? When they sold these to us in the beginning, before the Gen Zero sale, They said these are not the best heroes in the game. These heroes are going to be at a disadvantage at almost everything they do. But this is to populate the realm with heroes. It's just your initial supply. And the only benefit you have is that it has infinite summons. So don't be looking for like Gen Zero only events. They're probably not going to be the heroes that you send on your PvE raids. These are just, they're just. You ever play Warhammer? Like
no, but I hear
Warhammer
you
Fantasy.
talking about it a lot.
So there's like a race of rat people, right? And they literally just have like the female rats just exist to breed. They had no value to society. They're just there to breed. And that's what Gen Zeros are supposed to be. Just a summoning station.
Yeah, I mean,
And so it's like looking for these like special events or boosts, or you can only get in if you have a Gen Zero. Fox is just like, he's like, what do you guys want from us?
yeah. You already have the world. Like, what else can we give you? No, I mean, I get it. I get both sides realistically. Like, you have the Gen Zeros. At the same time, you want to be like, oh, what other cool stuff can they do? You know what I mean? I have this bag of tricks. What other tricks can I learn? But it's also like, you really do have a lot that you're holding in that hero, and you don't have to do much else other than, summon. So I get where Fox is coming from and why he kind of easily dismissed that and said, like, look, there's
I
nothing.
think it was Fox. It might have been Uber.
Yeah, it might have. I believe it was. But there's nothing else you're getting.
I think both
And
of
that's
them were
okay.
like, both of them were like, screw these guys. Like,
And I don't think that devalues them. I guarantee if we had the price checked of a Gen Zero last week, came back and looked at it now, I don't think that devalued them. I think most of the holders understand that, like, all right, I still got something pretty damn sweet.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, though, they're not the best heroes. They create some of the best heroes. They create some heroes that can create some of the best heroes. So, yeah, still eventually I'll snag me one of those. Hopefully in the bear market, because otherwise I'll be paying a pretty penny.
Yeah, I'm checking my phone now. What did I say to you about that? There was something.
I'm just getting
where did I say it?
I'm just getting.
Well.
Forget
about it.
Yeah, all good. We got one jeweler's question at least, I know. And if you're not in the server already and you want to have specific comments, you can always comment on the live chat as well. But if you want something that for sure will make it and we won't, overlook it or miss it, usually we catch the chat still. But make sure you join the jeweler's Discord and, check out topics for the podcast, that channel in there for us to see your question and everything and make sure we get them all. But let's see. This is the summon I want. I just want to pull up the ADFK screen. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, I mean, I was texting you about the AMA, and it was like they were just answering questions that we like. I felt like were duplicates for like the first 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, what did I text you? I was like, oh, skip to 47 minutes and 21 seconds if you're watching the AMA.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're not going to always have, and I'm still glad that they come out each week.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that it wasn't a good AMA, because most of them are. And I think this one was too. But sometimes there is just that fluff you got to get through. And sometimes I guarantee they go through it a lot of reciprocated questions, I'm sure.
Yeah. And you know what they've been doing is they've been announcing content on Twitter instead of saving it for the AMA.
Yeah.
There haven't been like huge announcements in the AMA. It's been like all their partnerships and stuff have just been announced on socials.
Right.
So that kind of takes away from some of the AMA, but it also gives it back because, it's just them answering our questions.
Yeah. This is the wrong summon. Sorry, trying to multitask and talk. And I didn't put
just don't buy the wrong damn hero like I did.
Oh my god, I know.
I think I'm done sweating. I think I can take my headband off now.
We cooled you down with a little DFK chat.
I gotta wear like pink ones because living in Georgia, you don't want to accidentally support a gang. So
of course,
pink and gold.
Yeah, colors that aren't gangified. Yeah, bro. I guess, sadly. All right, so we're just gonna do a little summon here. Gotta show something. Gotta show some hero building. Just been running these guys down to 0 summons. They're not even matching, but they're 2 level 10s. Well, they are matching classes, or for a summon at least, but 3 and 2 summons here, so not a perfect pair. I don't really care. I'm trying to just burn them down and stuff. Probably won't even stone it. I don't know. Should I stone it? I got an extra one, but it's kind of a this one's not even ready.
Why wouldn't you stone it? Are you making fodder? Are you making fodder for dark summons?
I guess I should. Well, it looks like I can't even because he's not. I don't know how the one's off cooldown so fast.
Yeah, no, it's because like remember when they announced the Jewel tokenomics change on the AMA and people got salty because they missed it. Yeah. You know, it's like we knew about that for 2 weeks. You know, they announced the changes last AMA and then they went over it again today, and it's like, yeah, that one still kind of surprised me because.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was a different one. They didn't change the Jewel tokenomics. That was. Are you going way back? Because they changed this AMA. They said they were finally pushing through the crystal and Jade changes. The what do they call it? They didn't call it a standard deviation, did they? Maybe they did.
I'm lost, honestly, bro.
No, I can't remember. It was like they changed something about Jewel. Was it when they made it? Did they make it deflationary? Yeah, way back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one. That was. I don't remember anyone being mad about that, but maybe that was because that was probably when I was ignoring the entire community. I'd say up until about a few months ago, I just stayed in my little jewelers bubble in our Discord and didn't talk to anyone in the community.
Yeah.
To the point where people thought we were just gone.
Yeah, for real. I mean, we got a small little community over there, but once we kind of got back into the content,
switched it
from always there. We were just kind of bear market things, bro. You know, we're hibernating. Nothing wrong with it. Just questing, building, summoning. You know.
Yeah.
But Climb Crypto was pissed. What was he pissed about?
That's when they switched it from a power token.
Oh, about that he was pissed.
Yeah, and they reduced supply, and yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay, so
yeah.
All right, what do we got going, man? I want to see these.
Finish up with this last one, and we'll talk about the jeweler's question while we do it. But look at this weird one, bro. So he's obviously Night Warrior, but we got a chance 10% at a fucking Dark Knight. That's weird, bro. These recessives.
What are your subs? Hang on, let me see the subs.
Yeah.
Priest. Oh God, I hope you don't. Well, do you want to? And that's the thing that's crazy. It's like if you get a paladin, do you want a priest sub?
Yeah, no. Honestly, like there's no aim here, bro. Like I said, there's really no end goal. Like it's kind of a base level summon, but like I feel like we just had to summon something. That's why I was kind of like, do I even stone it? Like I could save my vigor stone for something else, and I mean it's only a vigor stone. So. Like if it's a mythic though, I'd be pissed. So we should stone it.
Were there crystal boosts?
No. I got the one.
All right.
Other guy didn't have it. Sorry, the one. But this will even out my summons because the other guy that I was waiting on has 2, the level 10. So we might as well use this guy with a level 3 or a 3 summon guy. So we'll see. But the only jeweler's question this week. Pull it up here.
I like this question from Hope, right?
Yeah, from Hope Thankful, from Mythic Squad. Excuse me. Topic he's been thinking about for quite a bit. The end game, so to speak, for PvP. You know, when we look at play to earn projects like Axie, there will be a reward for playing the game. You know, so there's return on investment. There's some ROI in it. But in DFK's terms, what do we think would be the most probable rewards for PvP, PvE? You know, we kind of touched on this a little.
And this came out of the AMA.
Yeah.
So this question was asked in the AMA.
What do you think?
Well, I was just going to ask if you wanted to start us off because I can go on for a while with this one.
Yeah, no, I'll kick us off. I mean, I think, you know, we in here, you know, he mentioned if the rewards, for example, were like 10 cents per win. I don't know if he meant 10 cents or 10 crystal. Probably 10 crystal because he spoke above about crystal or jade. You know, I think that'd be all right. You know, they mentioned also a lot of the rewards would come from tournament-based stuff. actual monetary value, I guess. I mean, all the items have monetary value, but straight, and again, they didn't specify, but straight crystal or jewel is what I would imagine they were meaning. I'm not going to act like I know the perfect amount. It's all, again, a financial thing, what they're comfortable with, what they're allocating. But I don't know. I don't know what Axie rewards in either. So, and a lot of people love Axie. A lot of users, a lot of daily volume on there. You always see them up there with DFK. So whatever they're doing is a pretty good formula. So again, it doesn't hurt to reinvent the wheel, or you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So if it works, it works, man, and kind of follow suit. It doesn't have to be a carbon copy, but if it's working, take a little bit of what they're doing and don't just shy away from it. But
Yeah, they're obviously doing something right?
yeah, for sure.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they took a page out of, speaking of not reinventing the wheel, if they took a page out of Dragon Crossing's book where they have seasons.
Yeah, I like that.
And ranks across the entire season for certain, tiered rewards, right? So they already have tiered rewards in duels, but you automatically get them in duels when you reach the rank. I'm wondering if they'll just have it roll the entire PvP season and base the rewards off of that. Now they did say there could be rewards of I think they said they weren't going to do Jewel, but they could do rewards of Crystal and Jade. I thought I heard them say.
Now, is there a reason? Because I think I do remember that as well. And in my head, I was like, why is that? Like, why can't we reward in Jewel? Why can't we? There was another thing we were talking about earlier. Why do we have to give Crystal or Jade? Like, is there a reason for that? Is it because it's the power token, or?
Well, and then didn't they say the Bazaar was going to run on Jewel?
Yeah, the Bazaar's
so the Bazaar's going to run on Jewel, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they said they would give Jewel. Maybe they said Jewel or Crystal or Jade. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I thought they said they were going to give. They were thinking about rewards for Crystal and Jade, and maybe it has something to do with them not being a security.
Yeah, I mean, it could also be.
Is Jewel a security? I can't remember.
I'm not going to get in. That's for our law guys. That's for Hodl and Sticks.
There's vibes. Look at this.
That's for all those dudes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's because they don't want to add more layers to the token itself and kind of keep it simple. They've kind of not watered it down, but brought it to a point where they know exactly what it's used for. It's in a good spot, in my opinion. It's probably in a good spot for their opinion. They haven't had any things they've had to present or, vote. No votings lately.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that sounds like the thing they're least interested in.
Yeah.
What they really want is, what they're really seem to be excited about is having crafting rewards and equipment rewards from PvP.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're sitting here being like, hey, I want to win Crystal. I want to win Jade. I want to win Jewel. And they're just like, guys, what about your crafting stuff?
Pally.
No, that's a knight.
Right?
That's a knight.
Knight. Damn it. What does a pally look like?
White version of the knight.
Damn it. I hate how they look so close.
I like
the shiny on this one, though.
You got a priest.
Some of the shinies piss me off. They're not as symmetrical. This one's cool. I like this one.
That one's good when they have the griffin wings.
When I get Knight Priest, okay. Forager. I'd rather have a Forager. Well, actually, now we're looking at the miners boosting up, man. So, but it's all right. We got the decks. You should probably be Forager, to be honest, as a Knight, but that's all right.
Aren't Knights like awful alchemists?
I don't know. I'm not all keen on those yet, but I know he's a shit Forager. I know that for a fact.
You got a shit Forager. You got all right. Let's check here.
3 chances at, or we have the potential at a little 3-peater, but let's see if we get it.
Let's see.
We'll get efficient. Poison Blade.
Alchemy.
Probably a burn victim unless I just want to keep him working.
Knights are the 4th worst alchemists in the game.
Nice. That's all right. Sweet. So, yeah, that's probably our only summon of the day. But, real quick again, Zabu said, flexing rights, always good to have flexing rights on your buddies. Always good to say, you just couldn't hang with my squad, and that's all right. But, keep trying, keep leveling up your squad. You'll be here one day. but then he also says PvP mats, PvP materials. And do you think PvP rewards, materials, stuff like that? You think those resources are going to be different than what we already have in game? Or are they going to be given bundles of, say, runes, potions,
They were talking
fish?
about that.
Yeah,
About
is it going to be stuff we already got?
drop boxes. They were talking about drop boxes.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a drop box. I mean, the thing that I immediately start thinking about with this question is how do you keep the game from becoming stale? You know,
Mhm.
it's like those PvP games from WoW, like Warsong Gulch and I don't remember the other ones, but I felt like I could play those forever. You know,
Mhm.
and and you're not gonna this isn't an MMO where you're wandering around zones and you could just get ambushed, right? That was always fun. Um, you know, catching people off guard and you know, just what was the word for it? What we used to call it player killing in EverQuest. What was it? Ganking? Was it ganking in WoW?
Oh
And
yeah,
just
I think
killing
I've
them,
heard
right? You
that.
can't do that in this game. So how are they going to keep PvP fresh without having like tournaments? And I mean, they're going to have tournaments. They're going to have seasons, but I don't know how they're going to keep that fresh. Now the PVE, what I was thinking with this, right? With I think part of like I think part of the holiday partnership will kind of develop this and help this be pushed forward is having multiple groups, you know, facing the same enemy. So like raids. I
Mhm.
think with this partnership, it's going to make it easier to do raids, especially when you can link through social. So
That'd
I'm
be
not
sweet,
worried about
bro.
the PvE. Well, and then that was another thing that someone brought up. Someone brought up how are you going to keep what's the story going to be like? What's the story going to be like for this game? And they said, we just want to make a complete game before we start worrying about the lore and stuff. So it's like lore's getting a complete back burner still, but
Yeah.
that's a luxury. So
Fine.
what do you think, man? How do you think they'll keep PvP fresh?
Yeah. And the way they word that also, I think that's not to say that PVE is something that's going to take forever and you're only going to be able to battle people like live. I think they could set up a simple few, starter tutorial missions, quote unquote, where you
Mm,
go and face a few, blubs and you get rewards. Face a few level, or you go a little harder, you got to face a few, I don't know, giant frogs or something. And you
yeah.
maybe have to face a few hydras. A few, maybe 3 to 5 intro quests slash PVE battles that you can kind of test your build an army, to kind of tutorial yourself into the game, build an army, get 3 heroes. It's a good spot to start,
Mm,
and then beat them and get those little loot box packs that you said. So
that's
they
very
don't,
good.
the story can come later, and they could have something like that in the before they kind of go that route. So who knows? We'll have to see. But I'm hyped at PvP, man.
Yeah, I
This is
want crafting. I want crafting in Bazaar.
yeah
I
yeah I
hope
see.
I'm gonna owe so much money in taxes after the Bazaar hits and crafting hits. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, yeah. Vibe says here, he thinks crafting is underrated. Another
Mm-hmm.
thing that if you're playing this game to kind of have the forefront and make a little money, take a look at those crafting specialties by class. Take a look at what's undervalued right now and maybe what people are kind of because once that crafting stuff comes out, you might be able to flip those heroes for a little bit of profit. Not financial advice again, but those are the tactics that some of these people who are consistently making money. And again,
Mm,
where that kind of debate earlier came from is Brown Gent's video. So definitely check that out on how he's consistently, even in this bear market, making a little bit of money
yeah,
playing this game.
if you
So
care to, if you
if you
care to make money.
if you care to. If you don't, and you're just degenning, then carry on, my wayward son.
With all the heroes I gave away, I'm still up a whopping $25 from my Gen Zero
Hey,
summons.
yeah, no, seriously, those streams, bro. Vibes, for example, what he says here, those streams when we're gonna go over, and Wowie had another great stream last week, about all the all the good stuff in combat, kind of going through the combat testing ground. But those streams when all those codexes are out, breaking down
Dude,
those best comps, the metas at the time, those are going to be fun. Though that's where the gameplay is really going to come from. And we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines, building little squads that we don't know a damn thing about if they're going to be good or not. But that's the beauty of it. That's what I'm here for, bro.
Wow, he's the only reason I go on Twitch anymore. Worm's in here too. Worm did a nice summoning recap last week.
Been focusing some of my summons with matching crafting. Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. I don't think it's all valued in yet, and we don't even know the extent of crafting. That could be one of the more key components of this ecosystem in the game overall. Because
I mean, if you think about like MMOs like Ragnarok, like I don't know if you've ever played that one, but like crafting, that game is crafting. Like you can set up your own little marketing stall in the town center, and people just kind of go and go to you, and you sell whatever you have. And then there's writs in Guild Wars where people will put like, I need 200 ragweed, and then you pick up that writ, and then it automatically, sends it to them, right? Yeah. So it's just you're paying people to work for you, right? It's so you can. It's kind of like being a mercenary with your labor force, So there's so much stuff that I'm so excited about that, but I'm just so impatient.
Mm-hmm.
So impatient.
Another thing for you guys we're talking crafting. Another thing that just popped in my mind. If you're not already hip, hero roster, and I don't utilize it enough, but I keep looking at it when I come down here to look at this beautiful graph at stats per level. Love to
Can you zoom in a bit on that?
Yeah, for sure.
A little. Yeah, that looks better. Thanks.
So yeah, here it kind of tells you all your pure blacksmithings, all your pure each crafting class.
Yeah, fill that up.
Tells you if they're an element match and a pure. If they're a true. It doesn't let you click in yet. It may be a future event or a feature eventually, but it shows you which ones or how many, that you have of pure enchanting. I guess I got one match total, element match and pure, so that's pretty cool. But maybe eventually they'll be able to click in there and see specifically what heroes are your pure matches. And Flovable says the same thing. Floviable, I don't know if I'm mispronouncing that. I do apologize, but he says crafting seems to fly under a lot of people's radar currently. It's going to be a huge driver of the DFK economy, he thinks, and I agree for sure. But this is a beautiful resource, tons of resources, but that's just something specific for crafting. But do you have any final comments here to round it out here, Dags, about crafting, DFK, anything in general?
Just reminded me how I don't have any land, and that's probably where all this shit's going to get done.
Yeah. Who knows? Crafting could play a part. It's such a back thought now. Like, man, and Brown Gent brought it up as well in his video, just kind of showcasing all the features and what's really available. And every time it's talked about, bro, I kind of get a little sad. I'm like, there's so much that could come from that, and also sad that I don't have one. But sad that it's just kind of sitting there with no use. And again, you go back here, there's no land here, right? Yeah, there's
you can only buy land in Serendale.
Yeah. And I always, when that update came, I thought that was huge. I thought
people selling them
still. It's going to be a game breaker, but I didn't know what was to come, bro. I mean, it was so fascinating to see all the plots. But
they only have 2 lands for sale. One of them's for 5 million Jade, and the other one's for 1 million Jade.
Damn. And what's that equate to roughly?
I don't know. What's Jade go for? Let's see. Jade is
so 100 plots or something?
Jade's a cent and a quarter, so what are you gonna move the decimal 6 spaces? Right, so for 1 million? I'm just gonna calculate it. My brain can't move decimals right now. 1 million, $12,000, 12.6. So you could buy you could buy 4 Gen Zeros.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I would probably, if I held one right now, I'd probably be trying to liquidate myself. And honestly, maybe even taking a cut at it just to kind of have something that can actually make you a little bread, like having a Gen Zero, if me personally had one. But I'm assuming, I forget all the prerequisites to get this, but I'm assuming most of them had, ADFK's got one right here. That's really damn cool. But I'm assuming a lot of them are bigger players in the game. I forget. What was the contest? Do you remember?
Nope. I don't remember.
No worries. But yeah, that just about rounds it out. So kind of talk about some more speculation to end it. But appreciate all you guys coming out here today. We'll be back again next week. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. Drop a like, drop a comment, tell us what you thought, and definitely subscribe. Again, we got that mythic giveaway at 400 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So that thing's
I want to give that away and more. I'll give away more than just a
and
mythic.
more. Oh, there's going to be many, many giveaways in between on our way up there. So we'll be here. Appreciate you guys all for coming out. And until next week, we will see ya.
Good night.
Good night.